Now at 6, as we come on the air, new evacuation orders for people being affected by the Rimrock fire in Yakima. And the city of Walla Walla wants to address homelessness, what city leaders are hoping to change, and how you can add your input.
And as we get ready to kick off the water follies in the Tri-Cities, how is the weather going to shape up? Meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full forecast right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6 on your side.
Wednesday night, good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Austin Reed.
And I'm Alyssa Warner. And we continue to track the latest developments in fire season 2024. Let's bring you up to date on some of the larger fires burning across the Northwest.
Level 3 Go Now evacuations have been issued for people living in the following areas. From Tieton Reservoir, and I may have said that wrong. Tieton, thank you. Tieton Reservoir Road and U.S. Highway 12 to the east end of Windy Point Campground. Now, 0.5 miles north and 5 miles south on either side of U.S. Highway 12 between that reservoir and Windy Point Campground.
Now, this fire has grown to 2,200 acres and prompted evacuations for children at Camp Gormley and surrounding residents. We spoke with resident Monty Knapp, who says he heard a big bang prior to the fire starting across the street from his property. He says he had to evacuate 2 other family members, including one who's bedbound. Knapp says the hardest part is not knowing what's happening now.
When I first started, I was dragging hoses all the way from my property across the highway to the neighbor's property and, trying to wet things down, and then they killed the power, so then all our pumps went off, and there's nothing we could do at that point.
Now, we'll continue to update the evacuation orders as we get more over on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
Well, the Washington State Department of Natural Resources Southeast region has temporarily closed the Etanum State Forest due to the increased activity from the adjacent retreat fire that's burning near Rimrock Lake. All Etanum State Forest recreation sites will be closed until further notice, except for the Etanum and Etanum Meadows campgrounds. The closure also extends to the Barbecue Flats and Cascade Camp recreation areas, as well as the Weenus Valley Green Dot Road system, which the Black Canyon fire is impacting.
And after challenging overnight conditions, firefighters focus on suppressing new growth at the Battle Mountain Complex fire that is in Umatilla County in Oregon. Overnight, firefighters faced heightened fire activity as they chased and fought areas of the fire that crossed the line on the southeast corner and southern head of the fire. Crews shifted resources to focus their efforts, hoping to minimize the spread.
The Monkey Creek and Boneyard fires are nearly merged and continue to grow towards each other. ODF's Team 1 and Team 3 have been coordinating with each other to align objectives to manage the fire together. Containment is still hovering below 10%.
And crews will continue mop-up operations and patrolling on the 4,485-acre North Fork Owens fire. That is at 40% containment at last update. Division resources will patrol the perimeter tonight and into the overnight hours. That's expected to help support local initial attacks for any new starts. Evacuations for certain areas are between level 1, 2, and 3. And again, for up-to-date information about what zone you're in and what those evacuation levels are, you can find that on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
Let's talk about the Durkee fire. It is burning in eastern Oregon. It's currently the largest active wildfire in the United States. That's according to new data from the National Interagency Fire Center. National data shows that Oregon firefighters are battling the 4 largest wildfires in the country as of this morning, including, of course, the Durkee, Cow Valley, Falls, and Lone Rock fires.
And turning to the forecast now, firefighters will be getting some relief very soon.
Yeah, let's check in with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. She's in for Stacy tonight, joins us from our First Alert Weather Center.
Good evening. And yes, we are going to see some relief in the form of heat relief as temperatures drop into the 80s starting tomorrow. But I do want to show you our Yakima camera because you can barely see out of it. That's because all that smoke and haze has gotten lower and lower and continues to reduce visibility outside. So keep in mind, we do have that air quality that is impacted. It's in the moderate level right now. It's even worse down across portions of southern Umatilla County and Union County. So if you're going to be outside this evening, if you have a runny nose, if your eyes start burning, consider going indoors because that is the smoke and the haze impacting your body. Now it's breezy, so the winds are not a good thing when we have all these fires burning. Winds are out of the west anywhere between 10 and 20 miles per hour, a little bit stronger in the gaps there, and the winds will stay elevated tonight. Temperatures are on the warm side. We're still in the 90s, lower 90s in Walla Walla, Pendleton, Hermiston, and up toward Yakima, where we are dealing with more haze and more smoke. Believe it or not, there are a couple of showers and thunderstorms developing across Union County and across Wallowa County. The activity staying just to the east of Walla Walla and Dayton. So the Dust Devils back in action tonight as they take on the Everett Aqua Sox. It will be hot, it will be hazy, and it will be breezy at times, so make sure you stay hydrated. We'll have that smoke forecast and we'll let you know how long temperatures stay in the 80s coming up. Alyssa, Austin, back to you.
Tiffany, thank you. The city of Walla Walla is looking to change its approach to homelessness.
Yeah, tonight the city council is considering a new rule for the downtown area that would ban people from sleeping in public between 7 a.m. and 9 p.m. from April to October. Ahead of that vote, I spoke with the organization behind the Walla Walla Sleep Center, which is one of the only overnight homeless shelters in the region.
These are not fancy shelters, but just a safe place to sleep at night is a big deal.
The Supreme Court ruled earlier this year that cities are allowed to ban people from sleeping outside in public places, overturning a federal court ruling from 2018. A Walla Walla nonprofit is working to make sure that people have a safe place to sleep and more.
We're here 24 hours a day. We have on-site services available as well as space for community partners. That's a big part of what's been able to help us reduce those calls for need for law enforcement and other services in the community, because we have people on site to be able to help manage things that may come up.
There are rules for this community, but unlike some others across the state, you don't have to be clean and sober before you arrive, and pets are allowed to stay with their people.
We know that especially for people who have been chronically homeless and have had a life, that pet is such a big part of any progress they're going to make in moving to a better life.
The Walla Walla Alliance for the Homeless was formed nearly a decade ago. Board Secretary Chuck Hindman has been part of the project since the beginning.
It didn't start well.
Yeah. Well, I think that one of the cool things, though, is, as these relationships have grown, as the board and the volunteers have continued to do that work, we've seen a significant change in the sentiment towards the organization.
80% of our people are local. We haven't seen any buses from Seattle.
For sure.
It's local people, and we're taking care of our own folks.
When we presented the idea of our expansion a year and a half or so ago to the City Council, we received unanimous support to make that happen and funding to help get it done. And that's something that just simply wouldn't have happened 5 years before.
The Alliance recently expanded beyond the sleep center to a transitional housing space, helping people cross the bridge between sleeping outdoors to having a stable home. Executive Director Jordan Green credits community partnerships as a key reason why this effort is working.
Each year, I think on average, we're close to about 40 people from 2021 on that move out of camp and into a better situation. So whether that's a treatment bed or long-term housing with some kind of a housing voucher, or housing on their own, or relocation with friends or family somewhere else.
But there is still always the lingering question.
How can we do more?
Now, the City Council meeting begins tonight at 6:30, and we'll have the results of that vote coming up tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest.
Crime stats for the state of Washington were recently released. Overall, crime was down in 2023, but in the city of Walla Walla and College Place, they both really saw a decrease. For instance, murders in Walla Walla dropped 100% in 2023. Group A offenses dropped 5.6%. Burglaries and car thefts also dropped, even though they were up overall in the entire state. Turning to College Place, Group A offenses dropped 12%. Burglaries dropped almost 70%. Across Walla Walla County, no murders occurred for the year, but rape cases did increase from 5 to 6.
The Pasco Public Facilities District Board approved the validation report for the new Pasco Aquatics facility last night. The board went over a more than 130-page report on the design, value delivery, project schedule, and more. This has been years in the making, and the decision means the next steps can get rolling on the nearly $37.5 million project. The site will be located in the Broadmoor development area on the proposed Road 108, which is still under construction.
We just got this property secured that we're at right now. We're excited about the 13 acres here. Following on the acceptance of the validation report, because it needed to have the location in it. The next steps I need to do, I need to go get a loan for all of this to purchase the property and be able to pay for the construction. And we expect that in the more in the September-October time frame. And also have to do a state review to make sure that this financially works out the way our operations plan goes. And those are the steps we need to do before our groundbreaking at the end of the year.
Now up next is finalizing the design and starting construction. Groundbreaking is expected for early December of this year, with the Aquatic Center set to be completed around February 2026.
Still ahead here at 6, free bus rides to the water follies will return this year.
And the cool down is on the way. Tiffany is up next with your full forecast. We'll be right back.
I'm Jared Sessler, a Navy veteran, job creator, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. It was a great honor to receive President Trump's endorsement, and unlike my opponent Dan Newhouse, who joined Democrats to impeach President Trump, I'll be a strong ally for the MAGA agenda. But an even greater honor would be to earn your support. I took an oath to this country when I began my military service, and I kept it. And I'm asking for your vote so I can take that oath once more and serve in Congress as the conservative we deserve.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months plus $1,000 purchase allowance on most 2024 Cadillac models when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
Adelante. At last, we can finally have someone who understands us in the state Senate. Maria Beltran understands us because Maria is from Yakima. The daughter of immigrant parents, she's lived the challenges in our community. She'll fight for us hardworking people, so there's more work with better pay. Maria Beltran. So finally the state Senate will have a fighter for Yakima and for us. Maria Beltran. Adelante.
Exmark mowers were born to deliver legendary reliability, signature cut quality, and stubborn durability that refuses to give in. Because like you, Exmark mowers were built for this. Save big on Exmark Vertex mowers. Take advantage of instant rebates and bonus fleet discounts for a limited time only.
Experience the difference. Liberty Lawn and Saw on Van Giesen in West Richland.
I learned the value of hard work right here in these fields as my immigrant parents pick crops. I graduated from Yakima Valley College and Gonzaga, worked for Congress and the state legislature. Now I'm running for state senate because we need someone who will fight for Central Washington. We're losing good paying jobs and warehouses are closing. I'm Maria Beltran, and I ask for your vote because our best days are ahead of us.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran.
Board-certified pediatrician Dr. David Carl cares for newborns through age 18 and is now accepting new patients at Prosser Memorial Health's Benton City Clinic. His services include well child exams, cold and flu, sports physicals, immunizations, and more. To schedule an appointment with Dr. Carl for your child, call the Benton City Clinic at 509-588-4075 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
While many things in life change, one constant is the accuracy of our forecast.
Because at Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather, accuracy matters.
We're Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather, on your side.
Always on your side.
Newscasts anytime with Apple Valley Plus on Roku, Apple Fire, and smart TVs.
Welcome back. Ben Franklin Transit will provide shuttle service to Art in the Park and the Tri-City Water Follies this weekend. Fare is by donation only, with the proceeds benefiting Mid-Columbia Meals on Wheels. So for Art in the Park, free service will be on Friday and Saturday. Those shuttles run every 15 minutes from 8:30 in the morning to 7 in the evening. Some of the stops include Howard Amon Park and the Uptown Shopping Center. As for Tri-City Water Volley service, that will be Saturday and Sunday. Those shuttles run every hour from 8 in the morning until noon, returning 20 minutes after the last heat to the Kennewick side of the river from Lamson Stadium in Kennewick and even out to the Hapo Center in Pasco.
Well, 3 groups in the Tri-Cities are giving back and helping kids step up in style. Over a dozen of kids with the Benton and Franklin Boys and Girls Clubs walked into Legacy Barbershop and were able to sit down and receive a fresh, free haircut. Now, this isn't the first time they have gotten free haircut donations from the Kennewick Police Department Foundation, and the Barbers Times from Legacy Barbershop Branch Director Peta Nunez says they want to continue this opportunity for kids in the program because helping kids in need is what the Boys and Girls Club is all about.
For our kids to feel good and look good, we thought that having the barbershop experience was the perfect way to not only give back to them, but to help them feel like their best. Some of the kids just got off the chair and they just walk differently. They walk more confident. And so to see that alone is just so uplifting.
And this isn't the last time free haircuts will come around for children in the Boys and Girls Club program. Nunez says there are 2 more opportunities later this year. We've got that info at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Well, it was a reason to celebrate in the Benton County Justice Center today.
Sure was. That reason was all about a graduation event from the Recovery Court program, and our Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma was there.
We have graduations today, so excited to have everybody here. We have 2 graduates today. We're excited to celebrate Zach.
I have learned to think before acting and set boundaries instead of simply being a people pleaser. Because building new friends that are in recovery that are also fighting to stay clean is absolutely critical to staying clean and in recovery long term.
To recognize all of those improvements that we've made over the year and a half, and seeing the value in that is going to be one of the key components of how successful you're going to continue after us.
Every day I was barely surviving out there, and every time I got drugs, I would hope and pray that it would be enough to kill me and take me out of my misery. My life has changed so incredibly much from how I was living before I entered into this program. I feel like I am thriving instead of barely surviving. I've been clean for 10 months with no breaks, which is the longest I've ever been clean since I started using drugs, which was when I was 15. And as for me, my personal goal is to go to college and get a degree.
And I would love to motion for this to be dismissed.
You can't get rid of that.
What a great feeling. At the end of the celebration, the program, at the end of the celebration and program, the graduates get a new clean slate at life as they shred their previous criminal records away.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Well, the visibility continues to go down in the Yakima area. That's all thanks to the fires burning in Yakima County. This picture has just gotten worse over the past hour as visibility goes down, as the haze and the smoke thickens. And this map is showing Yakima in the green, but it was just in the yellow. I think we're still in that moderate air quality all across the region, from the Yakima Valley to the Tri-Cities area and even back into the foothills of the Blues. The air quality goes down even more into portions of Umatilla County and Union County, where we do have those wildfires burning in Northeast Oregon. An air quality alert still in effect for Yakima County and also into portions of Northeast Oregon, including Hermiston and Pendleton. This air quality alert in effect for the next few days, as air quality will be impacted due to the wildfires. So you want to limit your time outside, especially if you have respiratory issues, and keep those children indoors, especially if it's smoky outside. You do not want them breathing in that air. Temperatures right now now are still hot. We're at 97 in Tri-Cities, 90 in Walla Walla, 91 in Pendleton, 90 in Hermiston, 89 now in Yakima. So where we are seeing more smoke, more haze, temperatures are a little bit lower this evening. And the wind is certainly not helping out the fire situation. Winds are out of the west, anywhere between 10 and 20 miles per hour, a little bit stronger in Toppenish and in the gaps there along the Cascades as it typically is. But look at these wind gusts. We're gusting up to 30 in Toppenish, 23 in Hermiston, and 44 miles per hour in Ellensburg. So we're really hoping the fires don't get out of control over the next few hours with these winds. We do have a couple of showers and even thunderstorms that have been rolling across portions of Wallowa and Union counties over the past couple of hours. There have been some lightning strikes, but some rain has been falling as well, and we certainly need that rain, especially where the fires are burning. So all this activity just to the east of Walla Walla developing along the higher terrain there and just to the east of Dayton. Things start to look to be winding down, I should say. You can also see where the haze, where the smoke is. That's that milky whitish color into portions of Oregon and southeast Washington and also up into the Yakima Valley. So let's track that smoke for you because that's really all that's going on the top of people's minds. So as we go forward in time here, as we go into tonight, that smoke should thin out a little bit, but it's still going to be there. By tomorrow morning, our winds start to shift a little bit more out of the west and then eventually northwest tomorrow. So that's going to push the smoke in a different direction than the past couple of days. Notice that smoke in Yakima County, that's going to be moving off to the south and east, while the smoke across portions of southern Umatilla and also southern Morrow counties will be pushing southward. That's good news for places like Hermiston and Pendleton. Now, I think there will still be some haze out there across many areas, but I don't think it's going to be as thick as it has been. Keep in mind, if you can see up into the sky, you may be able to see the ISS tonight. That pass will begin at 9:44, so take a peek outside. You may catch it. Duration of the past 6 minutes, and it'll be 67 degrees above the horizon, so pretty straight up there, moving from the west-northwest to the southeast sky. Overnight, we see temperatures drop into the 50s once again, similar to what we woke up to this morning. Hazy overnight, hazy tomorrow, but look at these highs. We're gonna be down in the 80s tomorrow, low and middle 80s. That's more typical of early September, so well below average for this time of year, considering our average is in the middle 90s and we've been in the triple digits almost all month. So enjoy the brief break that we get. 84 tomorrow, 87 Friday. And then we're back in the 90s. Saturday, Sunday, the wind picks up. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. So that means the fire danger will be going back up. And we can't rule out a shower or storm on Tuesday. Yakima, 81 tomorrow, 87 Friday. And then we're back in the 90s by the end of the weekend into early next week. Walla Walla, 82 tomorrow. Enjoy it. 88 Friday, 90 Saturday and Sunday. Hermiston, 84 and hazy tomorrow, 88 Friday, and 90s back on tap as we head through the weekend and into next week. Alyssa and Austin.
All right, Tiffany, thank you for that. Coming up next on Apple Valley News now, a new warning from the CDC.
Yeah, we're talking about a new shortage that's impacting blood donations and who will be hit the hardest when we come right back.
Hey, Tri-Cities! It's Eric the Peanut Guy with your Tri-City Dust Devils. We're celebrating Boat Race Weekend by playing as the Columbia River Rooster Tails. On Friday, July 26th, the first 500 fans receive a Rooster Tails beach towel. And it's also Family Feast Night with $2 hot dogs, soft drinks, and more, all thanks to Gisa Credit Union. Saturday, there'll be a post-game fireworks show thanks to Pro-Made Homes. Visit the official ticket site at DustDevilsBaseball.com. Dust Devils Baseball. It will blow you away.
Drive into summer with the rugged Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Summer is for exploring, so get outdoors, kick up some dust, get muddy, or just find that perfect campsite. All from Honda, the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
I have worked with Senator Curtis King for the past 2 years, and I know how much he cares about the constituents in his district. He is well respected by both parties. He is results-oriented, and he works very hard for the district.
We got to elect Curtis King. He has a proven record. We're very lucky to have him as a representative in the Senate.
There is no better candidate for the job than Senator Curtis King.
I'm Senator Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
Enjoy student checking. Open yours today at any Yakima Federal Savings and Loan.
Wild Horse Resort and Casino is shifting into high gear with the $160,000 Ultimate American Road Trip. Win free play gas cards or cruise your way up to $50,000 cash every Friday and Saturday. Earn entries every day and multiply them on select Mondays. Then, on July 27th, win a new Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Wild Horse Resort and Casino. More winners, more often.
Tiffany Smiley is not who she says she is.
Tiffany Smiley started a PAC claiming to raise money to support conservative candidates, but contributions were funneled to pay off her own $1 million campaign debt.
Of the almost $800,000 she raised, only $24,800 went to candidates. Instead, Tiffany used the money on luxury travel and to try to pay off her massive debt.
Tiffany Smiley deceived her donors. Don't let her deceive you.
I'm Dan Newhouse, and I approve this message.
Welcome back. The CDC says a critical shortage of blood culture vials that are used for diagnostic tests could upset patient care. BD Life Sciences alerted healthcare providers about the shortage in early June. About half of all U.S. laboratories use a blood culture system that is only compatible with the vials. Experts say the shortage will impact hospitals the most. The CDC is urging healthcare providers to ration their supplies until more can be restocked. We'll be right back right after this.
Jessica Jalol and Jules Sperling. Good Morning Northwest, weekdays on your side.
Upgrade your home's busiest areas with waterproof flooring built to last. This month, take it off the wish list and get it done. At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. Love the home you live in.
I'm Jared Sessler, a Navy veteran, job creator, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. It was a great honor to receive President Trump's endorsement, and unlike my opponent Dan Newhouse, who joined Democrats to impeach President Trump, I'll be a strong ally for the MAGA agenda. But an even greater honor would be to earn your support. I took an oath to this country when I began my military service, and I kept it. And I'm asking for your vote so I can take that oath once more and serve in Congress as the conservative we deserve.
It's the 44th anniversary sale at Walker's Furniture.
This is one of our favorite events where we get to celebrate these great years with you.
And that means friends and family pricing throughout the store, with savings up to 44% off. And get special financing for up to 5 years. So you can get it today and pay over time.
From our family to yours, we'd like to thank you for 44 wonderful years.
I have worked with Senator Curtis King for the past 2 years, and I know how much he cares about the constituents in his district. He is well respected by both parties. He is results-oriented, and he works very hard for the district.
We got to elect Curtis King. He has a proven record. We're very lucky to have him as a representative in the Senate.
There is no better candidate for the job than Senator Curtis King.
I'm Senator Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
Board-certified psychiatric nurse practitioner Stephen Stokes provides mental health care for patients 13 and older at Prosser Memorial Health's Benton City Clinic. His services include the assessment and treatment for mental health issues and psychiatric medication management. Your mental health is vital to your overall well-being. To schedule an appointment with Stephen Stokes, call the Benton City Clinic at 509-588-4075. This is how we care.
I learned the value of hard work right here in these fields as my immigrant parents pick crops. I graduated from Yakima Valley College and Gonzaga, worked for Congress and the state legislature. Now I'm running for state senate because we need someone who will fight for Central Washington. We're losing good paying jobs and warehouses are closing. I'm Maria Beltran, and I ask for your vote because our best days are ahead of us.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran.
Upgrade your home's busiest areas with waterproof flooring built to last. This month, take it off the wish list and get it done. At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. Love the home you live in.
Let's play millionaire.
I might die.
Wait, what?
The Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Buddy Celebrity Formula works like a charm.
Let's just leave with $100.
How do you feel?
I'm out. Which one of you is smarter? It would be me.
What's not to love?
If we get this wrong, we have like 4 more chances.
Wait, no, we have no more questions. You're making up rules now. Okay, sorry.
Jimmy Kimmel hosts an all-new Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Coming up on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30, we take another look at some of the biggest fires burning around our region, where you can find the latest on evacuation orders.
Plus, dozens of state, local, and tribal leaders celebrating the reintroduction of sockeye salmon to the Yakima River Basin. Our Emily Goodell with that report as your news at 6:30 begins now.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 6:30 on your side.
Welcome back, everybody, and we are continuing to track the latest developments in fire season 2024. Let's bring you up to date on some of the larger fires burning all across the Northwest.
So level 2 Be Ready evacuations have been issued for people living in the following areas: from Tieton Reservoir Road and U.S. Highway 12 to the east end of Windy Point Campground, 0.5 miles north and 5 miles south on either side of U.S. Highway 12 between Tieton Reservoir Road and Windy Point Campground. Now, this fire has grown to 2,200 acres. It has prompted evacuations for children at Camp Gormley and some surrounding residents. We spoke with one resident who says he heard a big bang prior to the fire starting across the street from his property. He says he had to evacuate 2 other family members, including one who was bedbound. And he tells us the hardest part is not knowing what's happening now.
When I first started, I was dragging hoses all the way from my property across the highway to the neighbor's property and, trying to wet things down, and then they killed the power, so then all our pumps went off, and there's nothing we could do at that point.
To find the latest on evacuation orders, you can go to applevalleynewsnow.com.
And the Washington State Department of Natural Resources Southeast Region has temporarily closed the Tanum State Forest due to increased activity from the adjacent retreat fire burning near the Rimrock Lake. Now, all Tanum State Forest recreation sites will be closed until further notice, except for the meadows and campgrounds. The closure also extends to the Barbecue Flats and Cascade Camp recreation areas and Weenus Valley Green Dot Road system, which the Black Canyon fire is impacting.
After challenging overnight conditions, firefighters focused on suppressing new growth at the Battle Mountain Complex fire in Umatilla County, Oregon. Overnight, firefighters faced heightened fire activity as they chased and fought areas of the fire that crossed the line on the southeast corner and southern head of the fire. Crews shifted resources to focus their efforts to minimize spread.
Let's talk about the Durkee fire. It's still burning in eastern Oregon. It is currently the largest active wildfire in the whole country. That's according to new data from the National Interagency Fire Center. National data showing Oregon firefighters are battling the 4 largest wildfires in the country as of this morning, including the Durkee, Cow Valley Falls, and Lone Rock fires.
All right, let's talk about your forecast. We are seeing a lot of smoke in the area, just especially as you get out towards Yakima. Tiffany Savona has that update for us.
Yes, good evening, Alyssa and Austin. And here is that shot over Tanum Ridge in Yakima, and you can barely see out of this camera. That's because visibility continues to go down as the wildfire smoke and haze becomes more widespread. So this map just updated Yakima in that moderate category. So the air quality probably just impacting you if you have asthma or any other respiratory issues. We're looking pretty good from Connell down into Tri-Cities and Hermiston. And then once you get east and southeast of Pendleton, we're talking down toward Baker City area. That's where the air quality is just unhealthy for everyone. That's where everyone should just be staying inside. The wind is really not helping out the fire situation. Winds have been breezy, and they're going to stay breezy overnight out of the west, southwest, anywhere between 10 and about 20, maybe even 25 miles per hour, gusting higher than that. Look at Yakima. Because of that reduced visibility and because of that smoke and haze, temperatures have dropped to 89 now. We're at 95 in Toppenish, 97 in Tri-Cities, 90 Walla Walla, and 90 degrees in Hermiston. So if you're going to be out and about this evening, if you start to develop a runny nose or your eyes start burning, that's the time to head inside. That's when you know that Wildfire smoke is starting to bother you. Temperatures will be dropping out of the 90s into the 80s by 9 o'clock and then into the 70s by 11. Tomorrow, we're starting off in the 50s once again. We'll be in the 60s in many locations by 8. Highs only in the low to middle 80s tomorrow. That's a big change from what we've seen lately. So well below average tomorrow. But it's only going to be short-lived as those 90s return pretty soon. We'll let you know when, and we'll have your full 7-day forecast coming up. Back to you.
All right, Tiffany, thank you. Well, other news now, dozens of state, local, and tribal leaders came to the Cle Elum Dam today to celebrate the reintroduction of sockeye salmon. And this is to the Yakima River Basin and the completion of a brand new juvenile fish passage facility.
And Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us this new facility solves a decades-long problem.
Before this facility, juvenile fish would have to wait until the water level got high enough for them to be able to pass from the lake into the river. The problem, officials tell me, is that a lot of times it didn't reach that level. But officials celebrating a new solution. The now completed Helix, an innovative juvenile fish passage project, described as a water slide for salmon that allows juvenile fish to pass downstream, regardless of the water level. Crews also breaking ground on the other half of the project, an adult fish passage facility designed to catch adult fish and collect them, so they can be transported by truck upstream. Officials say the goal to restore fish populations, crucial as a cultural resource for the Yakima Nation, a driver for recreation in Washington State, and an important economic resource.
The salmon carry the hopes and our dreams on their backs, and we now need to bring them back. And when we have for centuries closed off their access to the future, we are now reopening their access to their future and at the same time our future.
The Bureau of Reclamation has also announced an additional $16 million investment in projects across the Yakima River Basin. Reporting in Cle Elum, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. Well, days after announcing he was exiting the 2024 presidential race, President Joe Biden addressed the nation about his decision. Karen Kafa in Washington with the details on the president's Oval Office speech.
It's not about me. It's about you. Your families, your futures.
President Joe Biden addressing his decision to step away from the 2024 presidential race.
So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation.
And priorities for the final months of his term.
I'll keep defending our personal freedoms and our civil rights, from the right to vote to the right to choose.
Biden's Oval Office speech timed to give the president's voice an opportunity to recover from COVID-19 and deliver the address with vigor, a senior advisor said. Regarding Biden's decision to endorse Vice President Kamala Harris to take his place at the top of the ticket, White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre said the president has no regrets.
This is, again, a decision that this president made. And I think he is proud to have made that decision.
Harris has had a quick start to her presidential bid.
There's so much at stake in this moment. There's so much at stake.
And former President Donald Trump in North Carolina for his first rally since Biden's announcement wasted no time pivoting his attacks.
The vote for Kamala is a vote for 4 more years of dishonesty, incompetence.
But back at the White House, President Biden used one of the most important speeches of his long political career to stress the importance of November's election, even as he leaves the ballot.
History is in your hands. The power is in your hands. The idea of America lies in your hands.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
Now, a big crowd showed up in Charlotte, North Carolina today to see former President Donald Trump. It was his first public rally since the apparent assassination attempt against him in Pennsylvania. It's also his first event since Vice President Kamala Harris became the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee.
Coming up next on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30, Franklin County Fire District 3 is hosting a meeting for a levee lid lift where you can join in on the discussion.
And we were talking about it earlier, those wildfires in Yakima are affecting air quality, a little bit hazy even here in the Tri-Cities. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona is up next with your full First Alert forecast. We'll be right back.
Josh Cobra, First Alert weather on Good Morning Northwest from Apple Valley News Now on your side.
I have worked with Senator Curtis King for the past 2 years, and I know how much he cares about the constituents in his district. He is well respected by both parties. He is results oriented, and he works very hard for the district.
We got to elect Curtis King. He has a proven record. We're very lucky to have him as a representative in the Senate.
There is no better candidate for the job than Senator Curtis King.
I'm Senator Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
It's the 44th anniversary sale at Walker's Furniture.
This is one of our favorite events where we get to celebrate these great years with you.
And that means friends and family pricing throughout the store, with savings up to 44% off. And get special financing for up to 5 years. So you can get it today and pay over time.
From our family to yours, we'd like to thank you for 44 wonderful years.
It's time to get moving with a new car from Overturf Kia. The new 2024 Kia Niro gives you 3 great ways to save fuel. Available with a fuel-efficient gas-electric hybrid, a plug-in hybrid, or as a full electric vehicle. A new 2024 Kia Niro LX gas-electric hybrid starts at just $28,980. Plus, get 4.99% interest for up to 72 months. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Well, it's almost election time.
Typical politicians trying to tell us they're conservative.
Yeah, well, that's not Congressman Newhouse. He worked with the liberals to try to remove Trump. And don't get me started on that Sessler.
He's not just a vegan.
Sessler wants a 30% tax on everything we buy.
Even my haircut.
Even my beer. He wants 30% if I want to buy new land.
So the choice is a never-Trumper or a vegan.
Tiffany Smiley.
Oh, Smiley's the one.
I really like her.
MWSA Inc. is responsible for the content of this advertising.
STCU is pleased to support Apple Valley News Now's Restaurant Showdown.
To vote, scan this QR code or click contest at applevalleynewsnow.com. Plus, you could win a $25 gift card from STCU. From STCU, Les Schwab Tires and Whitman Hill Winery.
You wouldn't buy a car without a test drive.
So why buy a mattress in a box from an online marketing company without ever knowing if it's right for you?
Don't go through the hassle of returning a mattress when you can get it right the first time.
Mattress Depot USA has top quality mattresses that you can actually touch and feel.
Made by local manufacturers.
You're gonna love our prices.
And same-day delivery. Try getting that online.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
I'm Jared Sessler, a Navy veteran, job creator, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. It was a great honor to receive President Trump's endorsement, and unlike my opponent Dan Newhouse, who joined Democrats to impeach President Trump, I'll be a strong ally for the MAGA agenda. But an even greater honor would be to earn your support. I took an oath to this country when I began my military service, and I kept it. And I'm asking for your vote so I can take that oath once more and serve in Congress as the conservative we deserve.
Welcome back to the area's only live and local newscast at 6:30 p.m. Well, the Friends of Franklin Fire 3 are hosting a Q&A session with Fire Chief Mike Harris tomorrow. The topic of discussion, the fire levy lid lift the district is trying to pass this year. The meeting is happening tomorrow, that's Thursday, from 5 to 6 p.m. over Facebook, Zoom, and in person, so you have some options. Some common questions. What is a levy lid lift? And what district serves where you live? Chief Harris says this will be an especially important meeting if you live in the area covered by Franklin 3.
But what's really important for those that attend is those that live within our fire district. And our website has a map of Franklin County Fire District 3. So if you live inside the shaded areas, and then we provide service to you. And we want to hear from you, and we would like you to hear, the story about why we're going out for a levy lid lift on August 6th.
The district is now looking for people to ask the hard questions. The district says that they are asking voters to raise the fire levy from 88 cents to $1.28 per thousand on this primary election ballot. This would add a full-time firefighter, 2 seasonal wildland firefighters, and build up a reserve for improvements at fire station number 33. Find the link to tomorrow's meeting on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. And new at 6:30, a group of local brewers created a new treasure hunt style guide for breweries and tap houses in the Tri-Cities area. It's called the Tri-Cities Tap Trail Map. The group hopes to bring attention to the local craft beer and cider industry. Now, when you purchase an item at one of the locations, you'll get a sticker. Visit all 20 locations and you can be entered to win a prize. More information about the map and locations can be found at TricitiesTapTrail.com.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good evening. Hope everyone is off to a good week so far, as we're now on Wednesday evening, and we do have wildfire smoke impacting many locations once again. That is the case in Yakima. The camera still looks the same as it did about a half an hour ago. Still smoky, still hazy out there. So if you step outside in Yakima, and your eyes start to burn and your nose starts to run, that's the time to head indoors. That's when you know that smoke is starting to affect you, especially if you have any respiratory issues like asthma. You'll want to stay inside this evening. Now, the air quality is in that moderate level across Yakima County. It's a bit better from Connell down into Tri-Cities and Hermiston. That smoke, that haze, not quite as thick or as widespread, but notice the air quality goes down even more once you get south and east of Pendleton. That's where those fires are still burning across northeast Oregon. We do have those air quality alerts in effect for the Yakima Valley and for Northeast Oregon, including Hermiston and Pendleton, over the next few days due to this wildfire smoke. So it's just a good idea to limit your time outside if you're going to be in these areas and keep the kids inside, especially if it looks smoky out there. If it looks like it does right now in Yakima, keep the little ones indoors. You don't want them breathing in those particulates. Temperatures right now in the 90s, where we are seeing a little bit more smoke, more haze. We've dropped into the 80s, 89 in Yakima, 96 at Hanford right now, though 97 in Tri-Cities, 90 in Walla Walla, 91 in Pendleton. So it is still hot out there, not quite as hot as the triple digits like what we saw this past weekend, but our temperatures are going in the right direction. We're going to be a bit cooler tomorrow. I'll show you that in just a second. It is pretty breezy out there. Winds are out of the west anywhere between 10 and about 20 miles per hour, a little bit stronger along the gaps of the Cascades. Look at Ellensburg. That's a sustained wind of 38 miles per hour. The gust is likely even higher. Highest gust over the past hour was in the 40 mile per hour range. There have been showers and thunderstorms erupting over the higher terrain across northeast Oregon and southeast Washington. There was even a severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Union and Wallowa County that has now expired, but some heavy downpours and some lightning strikes showing up just to the east of Walla Walla, just to the east of Dayton. All that wet weather staying to our east, but at least there's rain along with that lightning. So hopefully we're not seeing any more fire starts this afternoon and this evening. There's also that milky whitish color. That's the smoke and the haze out there coming from the wildfires. So you can clearly see that in Yakima County and also down into portions of northeast Oregon. So let's track the smoke for you going forward. It will linger this evening and stay with us overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning. But tomorrow the wind starts to shift more out of the west and northwest. So what's going to happen is that smoke from the fire in the Yakima Valley is going to spread into the city of Yakima, Sunnyside, Tri-Cities, Hermiston, but all that smoke from the fires in Umatilla and also Morrow counties will be pushed to the south of our region. So things may be better across portions in Umatilla and Union County and Morrow County even tomorrow. Hazy and breezy overnight. We drop into the 50s, similar to what we woke up to this morning. Tomorrow, not nearly as hot. We're going to be at least 10 degrees cooler than where we're sitting right now. Low and middle 80s for highs. This is typical of early September. So a welcome change. I know it's not going to be long-lived, but take advantage of it while we have it, especially if the haze isn't too bad, smoke isn't too bad tomorrow. Try to get outside. 87 Friday, we're back in the 90s as we head into the weekend, but the weather will cooperate for the waterfallies in the Tri-Cities. Yakima 81 tomorrow, 87 Friday, and then we're back in the 90s by the end of the weekend. The wind picks up by the end of the weekend into next week. That means the fire danger will be going up, and in Hermiston, we're back in the 90s starting Saturday, continuing through all of next week.
All right, Tiffany, thank you. Up next here on Apple Valley News Now at 6:30, we are connecting the community with a pet in need.
Yep, Operation Best Friend is next. Stick around.
Upgrade your home's busiest areas with waterproof flooring built to last. This month, take it off the wish list and get it done. At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. Love the home you live in.
Tiffany Smiley is not who she says she is.
Tiffany Smiley started a PAC claiming to raise money to support conservative candidates, but contributions were funneled to pay off her own $1 million campaign debt.
Of the almost $800,000 she raised, only $24,800 went to candidates. Instead, Tiffany used the money on luxury travel and to try to pay off her massive debt.
Tiffany Smiley deceived her donors. Don't let her deceive you.
I'm Dan Newhouse, and I approve this message.
Struggling with persistent pain? Board-certified physiatrist Dr. Ralph Lorenzo is now caring for patients at Prosser Memorial Health's Prosser Clinic. Dr. Lorenzo brings over 30 years' experience in physical medicine and rehabilitation, specializing in the management and treatment of acute and chronic pain conditions. Start a new path in restoring your quality of life and ask your primary care provider about making a referral to see Dr. Lorenzo. This is how we care.
Warning, your air conditioner unit needs service. Would you like me to call Bruce?
Yes, call Bruce.
Thanks to today's modern technology, it's never been easier to call Bruce Heating and Air. When your AC unit needs serviced, call Bruce.
Oh my gosh.
Let's get this party started.
Just make sure you call the right Bruce.
Now through September 30th, receive rebates up to $1,850 off on a new Daikin Fit system when you finance through Bruce Heating and Air. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Take good care of you, Bruce Heating and Air.
Why is my internet slow?
There's only 16 devices connected.
I'm so over this. My cable internet bill just increased again.
My upload speed is so bad, I can't even run a stream without buffering.
Defeat cable lag. Switch to Ziply Fiber, America's fastest home internet. 25 times faster uploads. $65 less a month in cable. Ziply Fiber. Call 1-888-GO-ZIPLY or visit ziplyfiber.com/GoZiply.
I learned the value of hard work right here in these fields as my immigrant parents pick crops. I graduated from Yakima Valley College and Gonzaga, worked for Congress and the state legislature. Now I'm running for state senate because we need someone who will fight for Central Washington. We're losing good paying jobs and warehouses are closing. I'm Maria Beltran, and I ask for your vote because our best days are ahead of us.
Paid for by friends Maria Beltran.
Upgrade your home's busiest areas with waterproof flooring built to last. This month, take it off the wish list and get it done. At Floor & Home, you dream, we install. Love the home you live in.
Newscasts anytime with Apple Valley Plus on Roku, Apple Fire, and smart TVs.
You know it, Wednesdays are Operation Best Friend Day at Apple Valley News Now, and today we are introducing you to Loxley from Mikey's Chance.
All right, Loxley could be just the dog you are looking for to complete your family, so take a look.
He is a mixed breed dog, about 2 years old. Her foster family says she does great with other dogs, but will definitely need some introduction so that they can get used to each other. She's also a good family dog, they tell us, enjoys being outside and snuggling with her humans. Her foster says Loxley is really smart and would benefit from learning tricks and doing some work.
So if you would like to see more of Loxley or take a look at any of our Operation Best Friends, just go to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
All right, and Tiffany has a final check of your first alert forecast up next.
Stay with us.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, West Richland, Hermiston, Road 68 in Pasco, and at the new location on West Court Street in Pasco. Open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. at all 6 locations. Get the lowest prices on the largest selection of vape mods, classic to tropical vape flavors, batteries, cigars, tobacco products, kratom, and specialty products too. Don't waste time in other places. Go to Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
I have worked with Senator Curtis King for the past 2 years, and I know how much he cares about the constituents in his district. He is well respected by both parties. He is results oriented, and he works very hard for the district.
We got to elect Curtis King. He has a proven record. We're very lucky to have him as a representative in the Senate.
There is no better candidate for the job than Senator Curtis King.
I'm Senator Curtis King, and I'd appreciate your support. Thank you.
Drive into summer with a new Honda Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, or the all-new Civic Hybrid. Take a vacation, staycation, or just a weekend drive with the windows down. Whatever you do, make it epic with Honda. The 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Overall EV and Hybrid Brand. So act now. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months plus $1,000 purchase allowance on most 2024 Cadillac models when you finance through Cadillac Financial.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and explore unbeatable deals. Transform your laundry routine with the Electrolux laundry set. Save $1,100 on the set and enjoy a buy one, get one pedestal. Instant savings of an additional $270. Experience superior cleaning and energy efficiency, making laundry day a breeze with Electrolux. Steam technology gently lifts dirt and stains, while the Lux Care wash system ensures a thorough clean with every cycle. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
I'm Jared Sessler, a Navy veteran, job creator, candidate for Congress, and I approve this message. It was a great honor to receive President Trump's endorsement, and unlike my opponent Dan Newhouse, who joined Democrats to impeach President Trump, I'll be a strong ally for the MAGA agenda. But an even greater honor would be to earn your support. I took an oath to this country when I began my military service, and I kept it. And I'm asking for your vote so I can take that oath once more and serve in Congress as the conservative we deserve.
Jessica Jalol and Jill Sperling. Good Morning Northwest, weekdays on your side.
Well, with the water follies about to start, how will the weather cooperate?
Oh yeah, let's check in with meteorologist Tiffany Savona in for Stacy. She has one final check at our weather.
Well, the weather's looking pretty good. It is going to get a little bit warmer as we head into your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and hopefully the wildfire smoke can thin out a bit because it has been pretty hazy over the past couple of days. More haze expected in Yakima, Tri-Cities tomorrow, but look at these highs. Can't complain about that. At the end of July, 81 for your high in Yakima, 84 in Tri-Cities. Look at Walla Walla, highs around 82 or 83 degrees rather, so feeling more like early September compared to late July. And that's a nice change from all the triple digits we have been seeing lately. And we should be in the mid 90s this time of year, so we'll be a bit below average tomorrow. Up to 87 on Friday, not a bad start for the water follies, and then warming it up, still below average Saturday, Sunday, but the wind picks up Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so that'll likely increase the fire danger, and a stray shower storm will be possible with our next storm system on Tuesday. Walla Walla 82 tomorrow, 88 Friday, and then 90s return by the weekend and into next week. Hermiston 84, 88 tomorrow, or Friday rather, and then we have those 90s back with those breezy conditions returning Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, and a slight chance for a shower storm on Tuesday. Alyssa and Austin, back to you.
Thanks, Tiffany. You know, we were talking just last night about how hot it was a couple of years ago. You're down there on the asphalt near the river, and it was 114, 115 degrees. So this is going to be much, much better if you're checking out the water follies this weekend.
Yeah.
Definitely a thrill.
This will be my first time checking it out. So
there
I'm
you
excited.
go.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much for watching Apple Valley News Now at 6. You can always find the latest on these and all of our other stories on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com.
Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you at 11. Hoping your news is good news.